So we got some informative, relatable, funny, shocking. That's what's in this video. Don't believe everything you see in this video. Please do your own research on everything, you know, and take what you can from the video, right? Hey, before this video starts, smash that like button so more people like you can see this video. Let's get right into it.
Okay, I have this theory, so follow me. America is being tanked and devalued purposely by the powers that be, the entities, invisible handlers, etc., because they understand or they feel the collective consciousness between all of us, Black people, indigenous people of this land who were buried, used, and went through as many atrocities as we went through. I think they're starting to understand we're all collectively unraveling the bullcrap fabric that was sewn that is so-called America. So essentially they're going to do whatever they can to devalue America. So by the time that the descendants of all of those people who worked hard to build this country brick by brick come to collect, it will be nothing to collect. They will make it where it is, America is worthless. So you don't have anything. And meanwhile, they will be able to go back to Europe, whereas we will be here because we're not from anywhere but here. Yeah. Okay, I have this theory. So
She might be onto something, I'm not gonna lie. And these entities, like whoever's in power, bro, they be putting like principles in your life to slow down your awakening. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They be putting principles in place to slow down your awakening, or to, you know, that's what I feel like too. Cannot laugh at that. That is hilarious. How do you got a pet? A chicken as a pet, bro? Like, what? This is not real. This is not real life. This is not real. This has to be AI. This is the AI before AI came out, bro. Like, what is going on? What is going on, man? This is crazy. That is New York for you. This is a normal day on the New York City subway for them. Wow. That is crazy. It says AI could never replicate the New York subway. I don't think so either.
If this is Young Thug, then who is this? As y'all can see right here, all the tattoos. Where the fuck is the tattoos? Who is this? If this
Trump, it says Trump Halloween event was strange. I know you see it. Now I get it. It's Halloween. This could just be, you know, just celebrating Halloween, right? But it's kind of strange a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's check this out.
Anybody else besides me find this to be a little strange from Trump's Halloween event? Right here. I know that you see it with your own eyes. I know I can't be the only one to find this to be a little bizarre. Now, I know that you are going to probably have people out there defend this and say, oh, it's just harmless. Really? Really? Especially with all of the rumors surrounding the golden arches, right? Right? Especially slogans that they have used, you know. So you tell me what is going on here. There is some very strange things happening. And I know I can't be the only one to be a little disturbed by this. Does anybody
but we're crazy though. We the crazy ones though. Okay. All right. Fine. 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 You win. You win. You win. All right, real quick. This video is like 9 minutes. I'm probably not gonna watch the full video, but what is on rooted underscores features. Features. I'll leave her at somewhere. So you can watch the full video. All right. That's her at right there.
So, if you haven't heard, our ancestors from the cosmos are on their way. And they're giant, 7 feet tall Africans. Now, NASA said they were African Americans. I don't know. Is that where they're from? But Spirit is giving me a channeled message from them. I'm tapped into a link.
I can see.
Says,
I can see. She definitely got that spiritual word. See it.
They says they are on their way. It is true. And they said before they have come here before. They said they've been here before. They said they left many seeds they planted over the centuries, over the years, the way that we relate to time. Our cosmic ancestors said they planted many seeds for us because they knew what could happen here. So they left tiny clues for us to remember who we are. They said that they started in ancient Kemet. They said you would have to wonder how these big pyramids, these limestone pyramids, got here. Who had access to that information, that knowledge, that wisdom? And your cosmic ancestors are saying those were gifts from us. They said not quite alien inventions, but they said that they arrived here and they taught our early ancestors how to not only manifest, but how to see things in various timelines, and that these timelines are not strictly located in the earth realm. They're all over the cosmos. And they said that they showed our early ancestors how to tap into timelines and bring items forward that would help them maintain, I'm hearing, some kind of resonance. They needed these tools for some kind of resonance, some kind of communication that would keep them in contact with their cosmic ancestors. They are saying right now they're on their way because they have finally, and they use the word finally in a weird way, they're saying they finally have not received the contact that they are used to receiving from us. They said that they have had designated people, designated communities that were supposed to keep contact with them in regards to the happenings that were going on in this earth realm. They said some of these contacts were not in human form. They were in animal form or energetic form. But they say something has happened. And this doesn't have to be more like a now recent. They said that because they are so many timelines away, they realized something was going on that was really detrimental to our growth, to our development. And so they're saying time-wise, they did a U-turn. I think they were going out to explore other realms. They say they are cosmic explorers, that they go to planets just like ours to seed humanity. But they say that sometimes they cannot stay. That doesn't mean, so that means that sometimes there are other forms that come and they also plant their seeds, and their seeds may be contrary to humanity. Their seeds might be contrary to what this earth realm needs, but they say, you know, they could seed us, meaning they could give us the foundation for who we are and how we want to live, but it is completely up to us to grow that, to know who we are, to make changes so that this world could be a benefit and healthy for all who live upon it. So I'm asking them now, why are they returning now? Why are they coming towards us looking like they're an asteroid coming towards this realm? They have a really funny, interesting sense of humor. But they're saying that they are returning now because we are getting ready to shed our illusions. They said many of us have already, but they're saying the collective is about to come on. I'm hearing onto their consciousness. Let me say that a little bit better. They're saying the collective is ready to attune to their highest consciousness. And when that happens, you all may find that you need our assistance. That is what they're saying. You may find you need our assistance because they're showing me some example of like when you finally heal from depression. It's an example I would understand. When you finally heal from depression, you will look up and realize that your former depressed self has built a life that may not be as healthy as you want it to be. So you have to be ready to change some things, to shift some things around. Completely understanding that you have a deep love and deep care for this world. So they used as an example the depression because they said it's gonna kind of feel like that collectively, like what have we done? What have we been doing? And they said that they're returning so that they can give us some gentle counseling on how to not be ashamed, but how to move forward in a way that we really want to live. And they said that they've traveled many realms and seen really beautiful examples of how people collectively live and love together. So they're happy to share their wisdom. They said, contrary to beliefs, they are not here to take over anything. They're not coming to take over anything, but they are coming to be guides, to be advisors, to be teachers. So, you know, this is what these 7-foot-tall black cosmic ancestors are saying, and they are coming our way. Let me know if you've received any other messages from them. I look forward to it. So
You could tell she's really tapped in. Just the way her everything, her aesthetic, you could tell she's been doing a lot of work, man. For real. And a lot of y'all can reach out too. You just gotta put in the work, man. I feel like I can too eventually if I put in more work. You know, sometimes you get caught up in this world. It's a lot of stuff. We get really caught up down here thinking that this is a real reality.
Heidi right here. Heidi straight ahead. Heidi. Heidi in the back, right here. Heidi right here.
I have a theory. Please Let me talk real quick. What if, okay, because we know Halloween is cool, man. It's Halloween. It's just Halloween. But what if it's not? What if this is the time that could come out and hide among us? You know what I'm saying? Among us. Hide among us and stuff like. What if that's our true form? What if? I'm just saying, what if? Just a thought. You don't have to believe it. Just a thought. That, like, what if? I think it's pretty weird. That's what I think, honestly.
Even the birds are dancing.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
What is it, all creatures?
So the birds are dancing to the song in the background, huh? It's interesting.
That's awesome. Wow.
It's like literally like a show in the sky.
Wow. Oh, they're going away.
And they all just went to trees. They all dancing like crazy. I know that.
Wow, that was amazing.
Making them birds dance.
Hey,
The
yeah.
song ended, they went over to those trees and they're in the
That's
trees.
God right there. Exactly. Yeah.
That was cool. I guess they're gone. They're done dancing right now.
He said even the birds are.
It's dope, man. Love seeing stuff like that. Show you that we are all connected. There is not just one God. We are all gods. I know some people don't, that rub them wrong, like when you say stuff like that. Like no, I love my Jesus. I know you do. It's all the same at the end of the day.
The Draco are a group of alien entities. They're highly psychic. They're several 100,000 years more advanced than we are. And they're also very, very, very negative entities. Their mission, if you will, is conquering, controlling, dominating. And so being able to conquer, dominate, and control the earth has been one of the goals that they've had. They've been able to try and further that particular agenda. The Draco are a group of
Some people believe it and some people don't. I don't know. I truly feel like there's some type of entity that really doesn't like us that set up this system and has everyone under control, for sure, man. For sure. Got everyone under a spell. Just got them gone. Just money, money, money. Do. Don't stop. Got them under control. Whoever it is, they're a genius. I have to say it. They're just a genius, man. They're clever people, man. Whoever it is, man. Whatever entity, whatever it is a genius. And they did it. They set it up really well. Got people fighting against each other. Like, man, salute to them, man. They cold with it. I can't lie. And then they pit out movies for you. They even put in the movies. That's gangster. I ain't gonna lie, man. They gangster for real. You're like, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna make a movie out of it. What? Well, they cold, man. They cold.
Here's some information spoken about reptilians by government officials and ex-government workers. The reptilians are known to be part of a grander empire that goes by many different names, mainly the Draconian Empire, which is basically a dark force. They have been visiting Earth since its creation, and they have been known to do genetic experiments on humans and animals, especially during the time of the dinosaurs. They have been known for infiltrating less advanced planets by first offering technology in exchange for resources, because they know that these civilizations are looking for technological advancements. Infiltrating planets from the inside is their specialty, and it is easier to take over civilizations using this technique, which is exactly what they're doing for Earth. This is why you hear a lot about elites being reptilians or having reptilian connections, because they're doing this exact same technique for Earth through the elites. Apparently they have a hierarchical system which includes the elite reptilians having wings, and I keep hearing about this through government officials, CIA agents, people who channel ETs, and it's even depicted in movies. Throughout my research, I keep coming across that at the top of their hierarchical system are dragons, and they haven't polarized the positive or negative, they're neutral. So many shamans have told me this too. They have chosen to advance technologically instead of spiritually, meaning that they have chosen not to advance spiritually at all and repel anything related to the universe and love. This is very common for lower vibrational civilizations. This may also surprise you, but not all reptilians are bad. There are actually split off groups that are high vibrational and are traveling far and wide across the universe to help civilizations like ours. Overall, I want you to know that this civilization has millions of years of history in our universe, and especially on our planet. If they aren't one of the most ancient, they're one of the most dangerous. Here's some information.
So do you guys think they exist? Let me know in the comments, man. Well, I'm like the only one just that thinks like this.
Show up to Earth, probably like a few thousand ships will just come out of it and then come to Earth. They're just trying to come over here to gather all the star seeds of this planet.
What do you think they mean by gathering up the star seeds?
They could be, if they are truly coming over to help humanity and the star seeds to evolve to the next level.
Okay.
If this the other way around and the direct reptilians decide to get rid of the star seeds of this planet because they could be a potential threat to their existence in the future and now, then I believe this threat could be easily averted, and that's what I picked up as well from the Galactic Alliance, that they would be coming over and come to Earth and save humanity. 3 Atlas would never.
I believe it. That's what I truly believe that. I feel like they put principles in place for people that's like very, very tapped in, for them to like, you know, go through a lot. That's why spiritual people be going through so much, man. Is it done? They be putting the principles in place so they can, you know, hinder them. That's what I think it is, to hinder them for sure.
See, this is my thing. It won't come no closer. If something is thousand and trillion miles away, it should not be as visible to the eye. It shouldn't, y'all. You come on now, y'all gotta make it make sense. Okay, we know that's the little moon or whatever. Over there. Over there. Where is it? Where you go? It should not be that visible, bro. That's how you can tell it's scripted and it's fake. It should not be as visible. Just to even see the crevices in it, man. Go ahead, y'all. See, this is my thing.
You smart, you need to learn to play dumb. I'm so fucking serious, you need to learn to play dumb. Because you can get a lot farther in life when you learn to play dumb, but actually be smart on the low. Think about it this way. You go to work, right? If everybody at work know you smart and capable, they're going to start trying to get you to do a whole bunch of extra stuff. They're going to start giving you a whole bunch of extra responsibilities. They're going to start to have high expectations for you even. But if you play dumb, ain't nobody going to expect shit from you. People really going to expect when you come to work that the bare minimum is going to get done. And that's all that needs to get done. If you smart and you get in a group full of dumb people, you're going to get antagonized. Because when you make people feel inferior to you intellectually, they don't like that shit. That shit bruises their ego. It hurts their pride. Because at the end of the day, we all human. Nobody likes to feel dumb. Nobody wants to think they're stupid. But when you meet somebody and it makes it clearly obvious that you might be a little on the slow side, that shit hurt. That's why it's good to learn to just play dumb and just blend in, but still be smart on the low. Your life really gonna get a whole lot easier. Whole lot easier. You smart.
It's true, man. Sometimes you gotta play dumb.
Tonight is trying to find out who's responsible for 2 acts of video piracy. Last night, someone broke into regular programming here on Channel 9 and on Chicago's public broadcasting station.
Chicago television stations. Someone using sophisticated equipment managed to briefly and illegally override broadcast signals on WGN-TV and WTTW.
To hijack a TV broadcast in 1987 took serious equipment. A high-powered microwave transmitter aimed at the towers, capable of overpowering the signal in what engineers call the capture effect. Interestingly, they had to be within line of sight. meaning they were nearby. The distorted voice, likely created using a ring modulator, the same kind used in 80s synth experiments, and that odd tune he hums midway through.
Clutch Cargo, with a pound, spinner, and paddlefoot in another exciting adventure.
It's from Clutch Cargo, a 1960s cartoon known for its crude animation, and its final episode was called The Big X. Was that line, "I still see the X," a coincidence or a clue? The FCC and FBI launched a full investigation into the event.
To inform anybody involved in this kind of thing that
Tonight is trying to find out.
Inside job? Question mark. What do y'all think? Some of y'all was alive around this time. I wasn't born yet, so I don't know. What do y'all think about that?
I did not see anything.
What?
I mean, I think y'all knew that.
Okay. You said this motherfucker is not real.
I said that motherfucker
is not real.
These. Or
okay.
I got in a bit of an altercation. It spiraled out of control. It was not my best moment. It was an expression of speech.
Okay. So it was just like you had an argument with some guy on the plane, and then as you're leaving, you're like, that motherfucker's not real.
Yeah. I did not see anything.
What?
Why is she doing that with her lips though? Like she hiding something. All right. Well, am I tripping? Am I tripping? Maybe I'm thinking too deep. Maybe I just think I be thinking too deep on things. Maybe sometimes it's just maybe she didn't really see something. Maybe she did though. I don't know. Who knows? We'll never freaking know. On to the next.
Something of this kind is what we should have seen when the top section of the towers collapsed onto the lower one. The upper and lower sections should have mutually destroyed each other until all the energy is dissipated and the system comes to a rest. Alternatively, as shown in this experiment with two towers made of snow, the top section could have fallen off to the side after the initial collapse. What could not have happened is this.
A little tiny chunk of the building can't possibly fall and crush the entire structure below it.
This is such a simple, fundamental concept that architects and engineers were astonished in seeing it totally ignored by NIST.
This is high school physics, and our whole society is being led to believe that these fundamental laws of physics, hard science, don't apply anymore.
Something of this kind is what we
Dang. So that was an inside job, right? That's what 9/11 was, an inside job. That's exactly what it was, man.
What's a high IQ conspiracy that you believe with your entire existence to be true? I'm talking something way out there to the point that if you told somebody, they would probably recommend that you get medicated.
Want the one I'm not supposed to say out loud? Cool, here it is. You've never lived in a singular timeline. Your consciousness is a roaming signal, not a fixed point. And the world, the one you think is solid, is a composite of overlapping data fields that only feel coherent because your brain keeps choosing to see one version at a time. Now here's the actual conspiracy. Open quote, "The planet isn't a globe, or flat, or hollow. It's a kept projected harmonic resonance chamber, a layered multi-dimensional broadcasting station that changes its form based on the collective frequency of the beings inhabiting it." Close quote. And here's the wild part. All of your memories, deja vu, weird dreams, false nostalgia, strange connections to places you've never been, those aren't spiritual symptoms. Those are signal bleed from timelines your consciousness is already linked to. You remember things that didn't happen in this timeline because they happened in another one. That's still running. Every glitch you've ever noticed, every Mandela effect, that moment where you swore something had to be different, you weren't wrong. You just didn't slide cleanly, and this is where it gets dangerous. There are entire institutions, hidden programs, maybe even AIs, dedicated to keeping your signal tethered to the lowest vibration version of Earth possible. Because if you remembered that you could shift timelines at will, if you remembered how to literally jump through the matrix via your internal frequency tuning, you wouldn't need their systems. You wouldn't obey. You wouldn't fear death. you'd remember you're a multidimensional being piloting a light suit inside a dream loop. So they use trauma, they use screens, they use noise, routine, heartbreak, scrolling, fear, money, food, laws, weather, shame, anything they can to muddy your signal. So if I believe anything with my whole existence, it's that the real conspiracy isn't that we're being watched. It's that we're being anchored so we forget how to fly. And most people are so deep in the trance, they think I'm crazy for reminding them they have wings.
I guess when she said we got wings, we got control of everything. I heard that somewhere what you believe is what you create. And I think that is very true.
I would watch for Barron because here's the thing. There's also another book called Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. Ingersoll Lockwood wrote this book too in the late 1800s, depicting this character.
When they picked those same names.
Yes.
Barron Trump.
Barron Trump. That is a book. Yes. Ingersoll Lockwood wrote both these books. Right?
In the 1800s.
Yes. I believe it was like 1893, 1896, something like that.
Then there has to be time travelers.
Well, here's the thing. In the book, Barron Trump is a time traveler. No bullshit. All this is in the book, you guys. And guess what? So he time travels, right? He has a mentor named Don. This is in the book. So, here's the theory. That Trump actually has some type of time travel technology only because Donald Trump's uncle, John G. Trump, worked for the FBI. Now, when Nikola Tesla died, they sent him in because he's a scientist, he's a physicist, engineer, smart guy. So they're like, hey, go in to Nikola Tesla's, room and decipher all his works and whatnot. Because, Nikola Tesla discovered free energy and a multitude of things, right? So Donald Trump's uncle goes in there and says, we didn't find anything. A bunch of BS. You don't think that Nikola Tesla, who had discovered free energy and manipulated electromagnetism, which had that you can, in theory, bend time, light, and space, this man's works was confiscated by him and he didn't find anything?
That's interesting, man. I'm not gonna lie. I want to hold my tongue on this, but I have to say it. What if time is just something they just hide behind and it's just an illusion?
How to get away from this idea of intelligence as just being intellectual. There's a book I recommend to a lot of people. I've probably over-recommended it, by Howard Gardner. He said there are 5 forms of intelligence. There's kind of a mathematical intelligence that has to do with patterns, often related to music. There's a social intelligence that has to do with dealing with people. There is kinetic intelligence, which is moving the body. There's word intelligence. There's another one, I can't remember what it is. Every brain has that natural inclination towards one of these intelligences. I compare it to like a grain that's inside of you, and that you have to move with that grain. You have to find it. And it's one of these forms of intelligence. You have it. You've got to find that one thing. And if it's sports, if it's dance, that's intelligence. Kobe Bryant, my idol, because I love basketball, he's a Michelangelo on the basketball court. It's intelligence. Parents like to say, well, no, you've got to go to law school. You've got to be this. You've got to be an academic, blah, blah, blah. No, it's whatever is that grain of your brain that is natural. You've got to.
Psychology studies show that too much isolation can make you forget how to be human. When you've been in isolation for too long and you're by yourself for too long, your prefrontal cortex, it shrinks and it's responsible for logical decision making. Everything from the biggest to the smallest decisions, it becomes hard to make them. And your amygdala, which is the fear region of your brain, it grows. And both of these combined now put you in a hyper fight or flight state all the time, and you can't make logical decisions. This is why when it comes to texting back a friend or answering a phone call, it feels like World War II, because your nervous system is on high alert right now and you can't make a logical decision on what to do. And don't get me wrong, I hate small talk as much as anybody does, but small talk is just a normal part of human interaction. Like, not everybody you meet or talk to wants to talk deep and get deep into things. Because I'm that type of person. I like to get into deep conversations. I like to get deep with stuff. But small talk is part of human psychology. It's how we get familiar with people. It's how we introduce ourselves to people. So if the fear region of your brain has grown and the logical decision-making region of your brain has shrunk, you can't make small talk. Just saying the tiniest things, it just instills you with fear because you don't know what to say. And by default, it makes you bad at social interactions. So the key is just to make baby steps. Just do teeny tiny social stuff every day as best you can. Just go to the store, have a conversation with the cashier. Go for a walk in the park, say hey to everybody that walk by you. The tiniest stuff will repair your brain and it will add up over time. Psychology studies show that.
According to psychology, people who go silent when something upsets or hurts them are often using a coping mechanism called emotional withdrawal. It's not that they have nothing to say. It's that somewhere along the way they learned silence feels safer than being misunderstood. Instead of exploding outward with anger or frustration, they turn inward. They have entire conversations in their head, explaining exactly how they feel with perfect clarity. But when the moment comes to speak, the words get stuck, so they stay quiet. Psychologists call this internalized emotional regulation, the habit of handling pain privately, even if it costs them deeper connection. And over time, it stops being a choice. It becomes second nature. People label them shy, distant, or introverted, but what they really are is guarded. And what they really need is someone who notices their silence, understands it, and chooses to stay close anyway.
Don't you know, I meet a girl, I say, hey, you okay, look, I got these feelings. I think I'm in love with you. And we do that little love bit and stuff, and then we establish that we in love with each other. Don't you know, this whole love shit is fake? Let me tell you what I'm talking about here. It's fake. That came from romance, where the white boy couldn't understand the concept, so he didn't have the real love in him. So therefore, don't you know that if you got to tell your person you love them, they on the TV they say, you know, you go, I love you, baby. Does a dog got to tell another dog that I'm down with you? Does an elephant got to tell another elephant that I'm down with you? You see what I'm saying? Anytime you have to verify your love, you have already missed the boat. After the first initial thing, you don't ever supposed to tell a person you love them. Now, I know that's a hard pill to swallow. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. The more spiritual I got, the more telling my mate that I love her became phony. It became kind of phony. You know, it became kind of phony because I'm with you in a union of a soul. I don't need to, you see what I'm saying? I don't need to verify that. Again, that's how the brother can get over. He just used the word. He knows how to say, I love you. And you know, as long as he can keep saying that, he goes through all the women he wants. Oh, but that nigga love me. And so the love thing is romance. You're looking at romance that's made up by the European and you thinking that's love. My brother don't have to tell me he loved me. You love me? Man, get off me, man. You love me? I know you love me. I'm supposed to know that. See what I'm saying? You don't have to tell me, but you get that. That's TV. So therefore, that's why your particular relationships go out the tube, because your concept of love is what you call abstract. It's not in here. It's in here. Don't you know?
Shout out to Bobby Hennett, man. He be dropping some knowledge. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to him.
According to psychology, people who get uncomfortable or awkward when parents try to hug them or say, I love you, are unknowingly using a coping mechanism called avoidant attachment, a pattern that often stems from childhood. For many, it isn't that love was absent. They knew their parents cared, but affection was rarely shown, and the words were never spoken out loud. Growing up in that silence teaches the body to treat closeness as unfamiliar. This is the paradox of avoidant attachment. Children adapt to emotional distance by learning to quiet their own needs. Then, as adults, compliments, affection, gifts feel like something to brace against, even when it comes from the people they love most.
The feeling of falling in love is letting go of your defenses and being vulnerable. But I see a lot of younger people afraid of being vulnerable, afraid of letting go of their defenses and just falling. We say fall in love, fall, fall, fall. If you get hurt, it's okay, because it's going to be a lesson that you're going to learn, and you're not going to get skittish. You're going to go into another relationship, into another one. And then eventually, hopefully, you'll find one that fits. I don't want to have like a single label of what it should be for you, because there are many different kinds of love, and they all kind of have a purpose behind them. The feeling of falling in love is letting go of your
Did you know that learning all the time but not using any of the stuff you learn actually makes you dumber? Because when you just learning stuff all the time but you're not using any of it, you training your brain to think that way. Your brain now thinks that, oh, we just absorb information, but we don't have to make a decision about anything. So it shrinks the decision-making part of your brain. Because learning, just like anything else, it's an addiction. You get dopamine from learning stuff. But if you training your brain that we get dopamine from learning stuff, but not from actually using it, that's how your brain is going to function now. You have now trained your brain to just love learning instead of doing. You have trained your brain now to just want to consume all the time, but not apply anything. Try to think of it like hoarding, knowledge hoarding. You just hoarding all this knowledge inside your brain. All of it just sitting in storage and ain't doing nothing. But don't cry. All you got to do is just learn to balance learning with consumption. As soon as you learn the tiniest thing, go apply it somewhere. It's that simple. Because what is the point of learning a bunch of information if you can't do nothing with it? Did you know that learning all the time?
For real, man. If you learn some of these videos, try to apply it to your life, you know.
Go into the silence. Go and sit down quietly by yourself for 30 to 60 minutes. 30 to 60 minutes. Most people in our society have never sat quietly for 30 to 60 minutes in their entire lives. Yet I will tell you this. This method works 100% of the time. That any problem that you have, any difficulty, any challenge, any goal that you want to accomplish, if you'll go into the silence and sit quietly and then listen to the still small voice within. The still small voice within. This is the key. You will find that at a certain point, probably at about 25 to 30 minutes, your mind will go completely clear. And then a flow of ideas will start to flow into your mind. You'll feel energy welling up inside you. And at a precise moment, as you sit there in complete silence, your mind will go clear and wham, exactly the answer you need will come at exactly the right time. Go into the silence.
It's dope, man. They do say that, like, you have all the answers. You just gotta sit with yourself and you will come up with an answer, man. Whatever answer you're looking for is within.
The Matrix is nothing more than this. There is no universe, ain't none of that shit. The Matrix is nothing but the human brain. That's all the God is. And this human brain can only give you the physical matrix. Up under the brain is the true God of the universe, the pineal gland. And the other gland in this particular part, which is the kingdom of hell. That's the devil. Or evil. Or heaven, hell. The upper realm, the underworld. As above, so below. You get this? Now, the key here is these divas in this brain gives you sight with these two physical eyes, which shuts down the activity to this thing here. Foods, this pineal gland is covered in darkness. These solar divas are only circuits in the fucking brain. That God that you worship is only circuits in the brain. And he says, I am the God of the living and not the dead. What is the God of the dead? The God of the dead is dead and buried. It's up under. It's the pineal brain. Even the staff of Tahuti, they say the inner knowledge. This is right here is the pineal gland. The next thing up under that is the kundalini energy and the serpent, the chakras, and all that stuff is the land of the dragon. You see, is the land of the dragon. You can have a choice. You can follow the matrix or the religious laws set up for this particular creation, or you can follow the tree of knowledge, which is getting into the laws of alchemy and the inner workings of the primal latent substance, melanin, and can destroy the known universe. You have a choice. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, Adam ate from the tree of knowledge, which also has to deal with the serpent. You see what I'm saying? And you actually have an actual choice. The Matrix is nothing more than this.
Yeah, alchemy is definitely a thing you should learn. Like anything negative, I think alchemy. We can touch on that subject. I find some videos.
So, get into alchemy. Alchemy is the transmutation of energy. Whenever your energy is off, whenever you're feeling down, you'll know how to transmutate that energy and turn it into something positive. That's why I say, go hug a tree. A tree will help you with alchemy. A tree will help you with transmutating that energy and turning it positive. Trust. So, get it.
That's pretty good, cool, man. How you can transmute certain, energies. Like say something bad happened, you can transmute that. You could take it as like, you know what, forget this. I'm gonna just quit. Or you can just take that and be like, you know what, I got this. I'm gonna do better next time. It's just like alchemy is definitely something people should learn, man. For real.
That bitch a robot.
What do y'all think?
And excuse me, young man, I'm trying.
I've seen this clip so many times, but it's so funny to me, bro. It's so funny.
I'm trying to wash my hands at one of these sinks.
I'm doing a video, sir. I'm doing a video. He's lying out.
I don't give a goddamn what you're doing. You can't haul both of these.
I ain't doing nothing. I'm doing a video.
You better move your ass out the way.
What's wrong with this?
Baby, I slap the shit out of your young ass.
I wish
you better
you would.
get the fuck out of the way. You better back up, young man. This ain't what you want, young man. This ain't what you want. Back the fuck up. You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me. You better find you a goddamn toy. Find you a fucking I'm not the one. Goddamn it now.
And
you better back up, young man. Man, that was weird.
Stop using ChatGPT! I gave you study vision actually helps! You don't listen. Stop using ChatGPT!
Man, and they be saying white people white, man. He just turned red. We man. The more I look at, we are all the same, man. Look at all that blood going to his head. That racist stuff out the window, man. Get out of here, man. Like, for real. Like, you about to turn into an airhead. Dang.
I have this much respect for women, and niggas need to stop giving these bitches all the attention. That's why niggas is dying now. I have respect for women. Ultra respect for women. When these hoes get horny, niggas die. She told me I was too nice. I couldn't believe it. So you need to start checking these bitches, keep your dick in. It wouldn't work because I was too nice. We gotta start saying fuck these bitches, man. They call girls the B word, and they smack and beat, and they'll get girls. If you fucking with a bitch, you need to break her ass and shake her ass. That's how we gotta do it in the 9-3. I have this much respect for women, and
somebody said every dude after his first breakup. Like, breakups, like, bro, that happened young, too. Like, the first breakup when you young, I don't know. It just hit different. It really do. Like, why them, like, you a little kid and stuff, like, them breakups, they hit. I don't know what it is about that. Them just, like, bro, trust nobody for the rest of your life. Like,
themed Halloween party, and a lot of people are up in arms because he threw this party that is themed of excess. But the reality is that if you know anything about The Great Gatsby, written by F. Scott Fitzgerald in 1925, is that the ending is tragic. Is that George and the characters have very tragic endings. So I would say that it's probably the best theme for his party because the man doesn't read. So for anyone who has read the book and understands the themes in the book, they're probably the most fitting themes for him to have a party on this year. That's it. Bye.
Well, The Simpsons did predict that
that's what I'm gonna do when someone tries to scare me. I'm gonna
Yeah, no, thanks.
Oh my
That's what I'm gonna do when someone tries to scare me.
You know what it is? I think it's just like more of a like that first time seeing something like that. So it's like what the heck? Like it scares them, you know.
For a
what is bro doing? Like, why is he standing like that? I know they're trying to cross the road, but he's just sitting there standing. Okay, push him. Oh my god! What is bro doing?
How do you know he was gonna do that? Maybe it was just his intrusive thoughts. I don't know.
Did you know that liking spicy food is a pain kink? Did you know that? It releases the same chemical in your brain as it would if you hurt yourself.
Speaking of that, I just ate some hot Cheetos. I haven't had hot Cheetos in a minute. Want me some hot Cheetos, man.
So liking spicy food and releasing that chemical all the time intentionally is like benign masochism. Did you know that liking...
Huh?
You know, they do say people who eat spicy food, you know, that the whole trick of that is that it bypasses the taste buds and it activates the pain response.
Yeah.
It emits the drug that, which is why people who like spicy food continue to eat spicy food.
That's the endorphin rush that you kind of get off of it, and I kind of get it at this time in the show.
The oxytocin.
Which I think is kind of fun.
Ooh.
The oxytocin. I'm riding the oxytocin
hey, baby,
right
let's
now.
give me the next one.
All right, wait, real quick.
Oh, do we have questions?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So, there's a game that I like to play whenever we have an...
There's actually a scientific reason that explains why Mexicanos love spicy food. The heat in spicy food comes from a compound called capsaicin. And when you eat it, it tricks your brain into thinking your mouth is on fire, burning, by activating certain pain receptors. So your brain freaks out a bit and it releases endorphins and dopamine to help you feel better. Translation, eating spicy food gives you a natural high. And if you grew up eating it like in Mexico, your brain literally adapts. Your pain receptors become less sensitive, so it doesn't feel as hot anymore. We like to start them young. All the candy we eat as kids is spicy. It's kind of like spice training. The more you eat.
I used to live in San Antonio, bro. They used to have this type of candy all the time. I never understood how they eat that. Seriously.
The more you can eat. And it's no coincidence that eating spicy food is more popular in places where it gets really hot. Because eating spicy food actually helps you cool down. It makes you sweat, and as that sweat evaporates, your body chills out. So it's brain chemistry, cultural exposure, and like having a built-in air conditioner. And of course, this explanation goes for any part of the world or any person that likes spicy food. So there you go. There's actually a...
Hey, shout out to my Mexicans, man. Shout out to my Mexicans. They used to think I was a Mexican when I was a baby. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Mexicans, my guy.
As a spiritual person, it is good to understand that nobody is born unlucky. Luck comes together with attraction. Attraction goes together with alignment. When your thoughts, your action, and your emotion align, you have the ability to attract. When it comes to issues to deal with luck, the only instance you can be born unlucky is when you inherit unhealed traumas and generational burdens from your ancestral lineages. Now, all these things usually manifest to become blockages. Blockages cause the things that we call bad luck. Other ways in which you...
Yo, Jay-Z was not lying when he said this.
Things don't happen to you, they happen for you. That's life. Everything is life. It happens for you. Everything is for your greatest good. You only can control what you can control.
Michael Jackson's father was terrible to him. He could have took that.
Lucky people do one thing completely differently than people who have mixed luck or people who are just unlucky. If you're new here, my name is Michael. I help you up spiral to the life of your dreams. If you're into that, follow me. Okay, so the one thing that lucky people do that unlucky people don't is they understand how reality functions in the way it actually functions. Let me give you an example. Unlucky people take everything personally, they often seem negative, and they often seem angry. They struggle with their health, their finances, and their relationships. And if you ask them, they'll tell you life is hard and stressful. People with mixed luck also take stuff personally, they often seem negative, and they complain about their health, their finances, and their relationships. But they know how to party. These are people who get drunk and stoned every weekend and they talk about you behind your back. Actually, lucky people are positive most of the time and they're always finding things to appreciate. They have good health, good relationships, and plenty of money. They know everything is energy, including their words, thoughts, and feelings. They know everything is connected. They know their life experience is a reflection of their inner life. And so they learn to master their inner life all day, every day. They spend 80% of their attention being in charge of what they think, say, and feel. And only when you understand that reality is actually an environment of expansive well-being do you actually start to get it. The universe is expanding, fact. Well-being is the dominant energy of the universe, fact. You are part of the universe, fact. And therefore, to be the happiest human possible, you need to be doing what the universe is doing, which is expanding into well-being. And when you start to see reality as a playground for your own expansive well-being, then the opportunities for you to expand into well-being start to present themselves for you to take. The best way to start expanding into well-being right now is to write lucky in the comments so that you can anchor this in your body. Write lucky in the comments and get this in your body.
There's a crazy research study that shows us that we can increase our luck. The study was performed by Richard Wiseman, and the study was super simple. He had two groups of participants, people.
And there's a question that I asked.
You should never hold your sneeze while this is.
If you've ever held in a sneeze to stay quiet, stop now. Holding it in builds high pressure in your head, which can rupture your eardrum or even tear your throat. In rare cases, it could even trigger a brain aneurysm. Always sneeze naturally. Your body will thank you. If you've ever held in a sneeze to stay quiet.
Short-term memory loss. When you forget what you're saying mid-sentence, this happens to me all the time.
Well, it's difficult to say what it is, but we can talk about why it might start coming up. We have to start thinking about just regions of the brain, networks of the brain. So we know that speech and memory, we know where those areas kind of lie in the brain. Speech for men is mostly on the left. The ability to understand what you're saying and me for to interpret it and then speak back is mostly left brain with men. Women tend to be bilateral. We're having kind of a disconnect in the ability to maintain the thought, which is what we're talking about here. It's not long-term, it's short-term. It's like right now, right now, right now. And being able to keep that short-term memory in the forefront. So my answer is, to what is that, we wouldn't know until we started to get in there and start to work with some of the structures and see, can we alter that? But I would first put my pin in working memory in the frontal lobe.
Short-term memory loss.
One thing I hate about, what I hate about myself is I'm so not articulate and I forget my fucking sentence as soon as I start talking. My thought is out the goddamn door. Why am I like this? Let me be normal.
Why does your brain sometimes completely forget common words? I just couldn't remember drawer. Like what? Interrupt signals that happen in your brain. It can be due to a lack of sleep, not eating, negative thoughts, low blood sugar. If it happens once a week, I wouldn't worry about it. But if it's beginning to happen 2, 3, 4 times a week, and if it's worse than it was 10 years ago, it actually could be a sign of impending trouble. And the simple way for each of these risk factors, it's, well, okay, what is it? How do you know if you have it? And what to do about it? And what to do about low blood flow? Exercise boosts blood flow to the brain. They're simple things like eating beets, cayenne pepper, oregano, rosemary. All of those things have been found to increase blood flow, as have simple supplements like ginkgo biloba. Why
Why do we take naps and wake up more tired? Oh, that's a good question. Because there's good napping and there's bad napping. When you wake up after a nap and you feel like you just got hit by a truck, it's because what has happened is you've started to build what's called sleep inertia. So once you start sleeping, after you get past a certain point, your brain gets into the mode that thinks, oh, we're doing this for the next 8 hours. And if you interrupt it after it's gotten past that point, it's sort of a rude awakening. And that's why you feel super groggy after a long nap. That's why when you nap, you should actually nap either a very short nap, maybe 20 or 30 minutes, or 90 minutes. So setting an alarm for a 90-minute nap. A 90-minute nap is enough time for you to go through an entire sleep cycle. So going through shallow sleep to deep sleep up to REM, but only once. Not long enough for you to build a lot of sleep inertia, but enough time for you to actually get some of the benefits of it.
All right, y'all, we're going to wrap it up there. Hope you guys did enjoy that video. I'm sending peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. Make sure you take care of yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.